Namaste, angels. This is going to be a client reading for a first-time client. In preparing for her reading, well, first of all, she shared with me that she's a Libra, and she was seeing a Virgo back and forth. It ultimately didn't work out, and then she started seeing an Aquarius. I think that's how it was. I think that's how it was. Anyway, I feel the Virgo more. I feel a lot of like pain and stuff though, and like holding on to old like pain, you know, like fear and guilt and whatnot. Like with everybody involved, like there's a lot of need for healing, like in this trio. And so I don't really feel in general that any of the matchups are ready for already, period, as it relates to, you know, divine unions. Not that any of us really are, but I just feel that these people thus far, all I did was shuffle the cards and stuff, are in the earliest stages where they're still needing to shed a lot of ego, fear-based stuff. All right, on that note, I'm going to begin with a card that indicates that it's already, I'm starting out with a card that's about the need for healing. It's called Balance in this deck. It feels very much like Temperance for me, if you're familiar with the traditional tarot. The Temperance card, which represents the sign of Sagittarius, although this looks like, you know, it would be attached to air and water. Could be representative of your Libra. Or even the Aquarius, I suppose. Aquarius. Aquarius's ruler currently located in Pisces. That might be air and water. But yeah, more importantly, it is about the need for balance, for healing, for restoration, a return to center, Zen, Chi. An opening to message from afar, which is like fire sign energy, which is interesting. There are no fire sign suns, at least, that you mentioned. No. No, Libra, Virgo, Aquarius. No, there's no fire. This could be actual messages from the universe. And actually, Aquarius's ruler is in Aries. Maybe that's what they're showing. It's in Aries. Uranus is in Aries, not Pisces right now. Moved into Aries about a week ago. Could be that. Or somebody may have some like moon or rising fire that's coming through. That's possible too. But again, more importantly, this is about messages from afar. It could be messages from afar in the 3D sense, like we're at a distance and, you know, that requires a phone call or a text or email or FaceTime or whatever. And then it is also, when this card turns up in large part, it's about messages that we're receiving from the universe. Guidance, sync, signs, message from afar. More fire energy, transmutation. This is getting interesting. This is about letting go of those things that I was talking about, the negative cords of attachment and or emotion, the fear, ego, regret, guilt, resentment, you know, the inability to forgive, all of that kind of stuff. When we release it, it does help us to ascend. So it helps to heal us and to lighten our load. When we are lighter, we begin to rise, right? That's what's happening here. The fire energy is very interesting to me, though. So there's a lot so far. Actually, I had felt, and she mentioned the party of 3, but I think that was with regard to the Aquarius, not the Virgo. But like I said, I'd felt the Virgo, but I'd also felt maybe somewhere in the mix a fire sign third party. Anyway, opening to healing sounds, which is pretty straightforward, very much what it sounds like. The need to healing sounds can be conversation, right? Can be attached to the messages from afar. That could be something that heals you. A talk with a friend, even on the phone, can be a healing sound. Music, right? Any genre, whatever you're into. Motivational speaking. Sometimes ministry, right? You know, people like to listen to different preachers on the phone. Not my thing, but you know, no judgment. It is something that helps people. I am a fan of binaural tones, but I don't, you know, necessarily encourage anybody to do what I do. Although I do generally, you know, recommend it. I do generally recommend it. I feel it's helpful. I feel that there's a binaural tone for just about anything that one could need, you know, in the area of help. Opening to expectancy. This is about us blocking our own blessings by expecting things to like look and feel a certain way. Like this relationship is supposed to be this. We're supposed to be, you know, we start at this stage, step 1, and we go to step 2, and you know, house and 2.5 kids and the dog, you know, like everything has to be like mapped out and how you envision it in your mind, then you block how the universe intends to send it to you. Transmutation. I'm going to go ahead and cut because I do want to, you know, look at 2 things and within a half hour. 2 gentlemen, rather, not 2 things. And coming to divine guidance. So this is going to require surrender to actually listen and follow to what comes out. But this guidance is available to you infinitely, and you can always call upon it. The 8, when it's upright like this and it looks more like an 8, 8s are very much about karma and karmic energy for me. That could have been what was showing up in all the fire too. That could have been Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion. Yes, karma. And here we have another card indicative of the need for surrender. So I'm going to begin with the Virgo. See what we have here. A quick spread from the perspective of the Virgo, beginning with your energy, your higher self. The masculine as it relates to you and to himself and to, you know, potential union between you as a whole. Overall, what he would have you do as it relates to this union, what he himself is, or, you know, or to him, what he himself is willing to, and what the universe would have the 2 of you do will fully like support you if you so affirm that you will, and the outcome. So, divine feminine, tantric union. This is more possibly like message from afar, because this card can very much be about, it's so much more than like sex when I see tantric union. It's very elevated, ascended sort of energy that's felt. And it can definitely be about telepathy and connecting to one another in ways, you know, that involve non-verbal communication. So even like when you're together, just expressions and touch and different things to communicate, you know, what is. Dreams, you know, communicating your dreams, just all kinds of really wonderful things. The masculine as it relates to the feminine, inner child. This card very much about air, earth, water comes into play too. We do, if he's a Virgo, he's ruled by Mercury. So there's air and earth there. I'm sure some of this earth is attached to you as well. But again, more importantly, inner child is about something that we have to address. Maybe likely something from his past, something attached to old relationships that he has to deal with that is between you. But then also on a more positive note, rather than something that's holding him back, just the way you make him feel, perhaps, you know, youthful, young, you know, so there's an innocence about the connection, excitable, you know, anxious even maybe, in a positive kind of way. Masculine about himself. Ooh, sorrow. He's got some regrets, there's some pain. He may feel like he's caused some to you. There is definitely a need for forgiveness, and to seek forgiveness that he is feeling when the sorrow card comes up. And that too may be attached to, again, something that he experienced as a child or in his past that sort of dictates his moves now, and is why he approached you know, certain things with you the way he did. It's because of the way he's been affected by something from his past. He's probably going to deal with now with his ruling planet entering retrograde. My ruling planet as well. We share it. Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. Ruling planet entering retrograde on the 16th, which is Friday. Union as a whole, potential union. Golden memories. So there's a lot of baggage and the pain and stuff, the guilt, the resentment, the inability to forgive, all that stuff that I mentioned before in connection with the transmutation. It's, picture it like in bags weighing you down. Remember I said when we lighten our load is when we rise? This is stuff that's weighing you down. And you're only meant to take the positive memories with you and to leave everything else behind. If you're going to at all possibly move forward together, or move forward period in like a healthy way, either with or from one another. Overall, gateway. This is when there's a new phase ahead that we're preparing for. So a new stage for the two of you. Phase, different dynamic in the future. Hopefully absent, you know, the heavy load. That's going to be the difference. Or you need to let go of it in order to go through this gateway, this portal. You need to lessen your load first. The masculine would have the feminine do toward the union. This is working on healing. Meditation. This is what he chooses for you. So it goes along with what I was feeling before I started the reading. That there's a lot of stuff like to work through first before we even begin to really be in a serious way, and in a way that it can work. Talk about relationship, romantic relationship. But the masculine himself is willing to. This is also, you know, a card of healing. And restoration, and a desire for oneness and connection to the divine. So spiritual growth. He's going through a whole thing is what that would indicate. What the universe would have the two of you do. Boom. Spiritual growth. And the outcome here. Well, okay, that's positive. It's connected to growth too, but, you know, look what kind. It's very definitively stating that, you know, success in the area of this spiritual growth and becoming, you know, nearer and dearer to the divine. Not very romantic. But, you know, again, I can't say that I'm shocked because, you know, I have to be honest about what I feel or don't feel. when working with a client. Okay, this is different. Opening to soulmate when I'm about to check out the Aquarius. That's interesting. Okay, soulmate. Meditation. Forgiveness here too. Or a need for it. Forgiveness. Healing sounds here too. Transience. A very card attached, very much attached to healing, that card. Universal heart. See, this is what I was feeling. This is what I was feeling. That just all the three people, you know, yourself included, that you referenced, just have some growth to do, and that's not to, you know, meant to slight you in any way. We all have to, you know, we all got to start from the beginning. That's how it works. Coming to eternal flame. So this is nice to see, and also interesting. Also interesting. Maybe there is something meant to happen with the Aquarius. Let's see. Overall energy here is fear. I am feeling, regardless of what the last spread showed or what this one shows in a second, which I, of course, have no idea what that will be, that there's room for like free will choices here in regard to either or neither, and something else altogether different, or someone else altogether different. Again, because I don't feel like anybody is ready. That's what's coming in. That's what I'm getting, that none of the three are ready. And so in that consideration, you probably are meant to each experience different things and perhaps different people, and, you know, whatever feels natural and organic to you, that you freely choose to do. I think you're going to get support in. But again, overall energy here is fear, and we're looking at Aquarius. So that is you, him in relation to you, himself, the union as a whole. Overall, what the masculine would have you do toward this potential union, what he himself is willing to. The universe recommends for the two of you, and will fully support you in if you first affirm to do it, and the outcome. Physical body, and here's this fire again. It's funny because I am feeling, I don't know if you have a connection to Uranus too, but the Uranus in Taurus is making a lot of us, when it's been in Taurus, well, Aries too, it has been making a lot of us focus on healing inside and out, like a push to get back into exercising, especially if we had slacked off, and change our diets and all that kind of stuff. But also, again, inner healing too. So working on our spirituality, and that is a push from that Uranus and Aries. And when it goes back to Taurus, it's going to spend a total of 8 years there. So we're all going to be, like, the whole country is going to be on this move toward stuff connected to physical body. But here's this fire energy again. But again, if it is Uranus that I'm feeling, which, so that's what it feels like, Uranus is currently located in Aries. So that's the sign of action, like taking action with regard to yourself, to your own healing, is what this would mean. Masculine as it relates to you, more fire, also water and air though. Pisces most specifically, but it could be any. This card is about like pursuing your passions as a way to bring about abundance. So you know, it could be in relation to you as in you, you know, being his passion and helping him to become more abundant in the area of love, and possibly other areas too. You know, that's what we do. We get together, and when we do begin to grow as couples, You know, a lot of times we end up doing some sort of work together that results in financial and or material abundance as well. Or making change in the world, some sort of humanitarianism. Masculine about himself. There's the healing. There's the healing. You know, all three of these cards kind of are. And a potential union between you. On the right path toward it, if that's what you want. So this is probably connected to what I was feeling about the free will before I laid these cards. The golden path card to me is the path toward healing. And, you know, it very much speaks to the energy of the Wizard of Oz. And, you know, the fact that on the horizon, there are better things, right? Somewhere over the rainbow, there's better stuff, days ahead. And, you know, if we go down this path, this yellow brick road, we're going to reach the Emerald City and we're going to be able to heal ourselves there when we get there. And, you know, that's the same thing for this journey. When we head down this golden path, when we reach the Emerald Ray, we're going to be able to heal ourselves there. That's the ray of healing, you know, Archangel Raphael's ray. So you're on track. And as it relates to a union, you know, you can be on track toward that. If that's what you want, you guys make a free will choice. You affirm to that. That's what you set your intentions are. And that is what you can manifest. Overall, Universal Heart. You're getting the same cards for both. Because as you know, this is exactly like what I was trying to explain. And I'm not sure that it made sense. Hopefully it makes more now that you see the cards for yourself. All three need healing. I don't even know how else to try to explain it. What the masculine would have you do toward the union: believe in miracles, maintain your faith, keep your thoughts positive, which is all about intention, manifestation, like I was just talking about. You know, believe that it can happen even though it doesn't appear to be happening now, or even though there might be a pause, you know, this limbo period, an air of suspension while you work on you and he works on him, but it's still doable. What he himself is willing to. Message from afar. So still communicating with you, even if you don't come into physical contact. Again, signs, synchronicities. Can be actual 3D message from afar. Like very Page of Cups like. And also this is paying attention to the guidance that he receives from the universe toward moving forward. That's awesome. The universe would have the two of you do celebration. This is like deciding to be happy. Affirming to be happy. And then it'll help you to achieve that. It's a free will choice. It's a free will choice about, you know, one's mindset and perspective. And if you affirm to the fact that, well, mine is going to be positive. I want to guide my life this way. I have these certain things I want to manifest. In order to do them, I need to have this kind of thought process. I need to pull myself out of this place where, you know, I slip into the negative. And the universe will help you to do that if you affirm to do it and ask for its help, is what it's saying in that card. And the outcome here is balance. So as you can see, I wish we had more romance show up here, but both of those spreads basically were indicative of what I had felt prior. I'm going to look at some of these for you. You know what? Let me skip that because we don't have much time. Let's just do a spread from the perspective of the universe and see what comes up. Beginning with past love and opening to children, which can be positive. It can be like an Empress type of energy about new beginnings, fertile energy. It can be literal too, actual children, you know, affecting. And then there's destiny. Like what's meant to happen is going to happen regardless. Sometimes we just take a different path of getting to it, and there's things we have to learn on the way, whether it's by choice and decisions we made or, you know, as part of our karma. And that's just the way things go. Beauty Queen, very much about like the energy of Venus for me. Venus, which is currently retrograde in Libra, goes direct in the same day that Mercury enters retrograde, again the 16th. Libra, it's most loving placement, so a good place for it to be. This money card tends to be about value, worth, right? Understanding one's worth, and deservingness, like not thinking that we, you know, should count ourselves out for love and money, you know, a good life. Like we deserve to. Destiny. And freedom, which could be connected to the Aquarius and the planet Uranus. There's a striving for freedom. Destiny. I'll do one more. Okay, well, this is the like karmic energy for me, representation of like a karmic energy in this deck. Can be an actual person, and then even further to that, an actual female, but not necessarily. When it is, it's often like a Cancer or a Leo, or like a Leo Cancer cusp. And mature woman tends to be just that, like somebody who's grown, you know, and is growing. Destiny. Young male. Maybe it could be about an age difference, since we just saw a mature woman also. An age difference can be a feeling of a maturity level, or you know, like a fixed sign versus a mutable sign or a cardinal sign, and you know, just our behaviors. Like some signs are very mature. So it doesn't have to actually be age. It could be behavior, maturity, and all that stuff. Anyway, coming to the overall energy of blonde female, which is actually a redhead, and my representation of the divine feminine in this deck. So here that is, divine being or couple. You can all be represented by that. Recent past. Near future. Masculine higher self. Blocks to you're having a relationship right now. What the feminine energy can do, what masculine energy can do, what the universe would recommend for both archetypes, but they would have to affirm, and outcome. So, oh, this is like a Two of Cups and under a full moon. This could mean something in the near future, you know, if there's any literal aspects to it. There is a full moon, 0 degrees Gemini on the 23rd of this month. So not very far off at all. But Two of Cups is a nice energy for you. And that's what comes through with that card. Because it's about partnership. Or at least like friendship, like genuine. So forgiveness comes into play where that's, you know, necessary and warranted. And, you know, it can be also about love and romance, or at least grow to that. So that's nice. Recent past, obstacles. Yeah, it sounds like it from what we've seen so far. Near future, wallflower. This is the free will. You know, when you like, you're happy to be right, but at the same time, it's like, do I have to be so right all the time? Free will. None of the signs involved are the signs of the zodiac that I tend to naturally attach to this card, unless you are like moon or rising, but that doesn't matter. Like when I pick up this card, I feel like Gemini, Capricorn, Scorpio, and I visualize them because those are the signs that I picture would be at a party, sitting it out and not actually dancing. But of course, anybody can be in this position of opportunity coming their way and them needing to decide if I'm going to take the opportunity, I'm going to let it pass me by. So that's what's going on with you guys too. Near future. Masculine higher self. Work. This is a very Capricorn type energy too, like restriction. restriction, codependency, being, could be you standing in your own way or allowing different things, toxic relationships, other circumstances, living conditions, whatever, to make you feel as if you're stuck and being held back. This is the masculine. Can it work? Is there something we can work toward? Absolutely. This can be literal. Let's work toward fixing something. But in the meantime, there's like a restrictive sort of karmic energy that, yeah, you're going to have to, free will is in part necessary there too, because you got to say, like, I'm mad as hell, I'm not going to take this anymore, like that sort of thing. I'm not going to allow myself to be stuck or to feel stuck. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to change my perspective. I'm going to manifest what I want. I don't want this, that sort of thing. Other blocks, friendship. And, it's like mirroring this Two of Cups where I was just talking about we can, develop real friendship and things. And I think that might be necessary, like a basis, a foundation is required also. Like after we strip away some of this other stuff, like a real connection at the bottom that can, yes, grow into something else, could grow into something else. But we have to work on the basis of it, the very premise of the relationship. What the feminine can do here in the situation, we have travel. So this is moving. Could be actual travel. Maybe you are to visit or to receive a visit, to be open to receiving a visit. If it's going to be literal. If it's metaphoric, it's still about moving. And it can be about moving too. I didn't say that. It's a very chariot-like energy for me, like from the regular tarot. Yeah. So it's about you making moves and moving, whether it's metaphoric or literal. And it can be attached to retrogrades too, for me, and like revisiting situations, right? Revisiting and working on them. What the masculine can do, communication. So this is him reaching out and or being receptive to contact from you. Like, again, if you make the move, we have these two cards mirroring one another. And with this, like facing backward, opposite the communication, then it does very much look like retrograde, and maybe like Mercury retrograde specifically, that could be coming into play as it relates to communication. And that Mercury retrograde, oh, that could be what the fire was about too. I wasn't thinking. That Mercury retrograde, or where Mercury is stationed already, is Sagittarius. So the Virgo's ruler is in Sagittarius right now. That could be what all that fire was about. What the universe would guide for all young male. This is lighthearted energy. Again, youthful innocence to to things, vibrant, not like stuffed shirt. That's what it's recommending. And it could be literal for you too, again, if be guidance to work toward, like work on your relationship with a young man too. If, one is younger or, than the other, or younger than you, that could be something too. And maybe age had been an obstacle to even friendship, and you shouldn't let it be. Outcome, family. So again, there are ways to come together based on free will choices. I don't really feel like that right now the universe is pushing you to do any one thing or another. I think it's letting it, it's leaving a lot of this very open for you to sort of experience different things and make choices and learn from them. I do think the time is probably up too, but I want to look at some romance cards for you. Beginning with healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So this is more, again, it's just like healing, your whole reading. And I guess that's why I keep trying, because I'm looking for some some romance. We might not get it. This healing family issues, it doesn't have to just be your parents, you forgiving your parents. It's any and everybody who is so impactful upon you that you can't move forward unless you heal the relationship. Then you're going to have to either repair it if you're able, or walk away from it if you're able and interested, because free will comes into play there too. And then if you're not, then walk away from it. But you can't hold on to it. That has to be healed one way or another in order for you to move forward, obviously. And then also, I'm opening to worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So the masculine, the Aquarius, had a good idea, his higher self, in telling you to maintain your faith, because you do deserve love. You are lovable, and it should come your way too, and it will come your way too. But this divine timing may be required because there may be some lessons that are necessary first. And that's what it appears is the case. Worth waiting for. Yeah, opening to codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Not necessarily actual substance abuse, although that's possible. That could, or at least in part, it could be a part of it. But this is any like toxic situations, toxic relationships. Any time when you are being, you have been or are codependent upon another, or they upon you, this card shows up. Worth waiting for. And soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay. Worth waiting for. This is like the transmutation card, right? Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So it does continue to grow. Overall energy is soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And I am, again, still feeling more so the Virgo, even potentially in connection to young male. He is a mutable sign as opposed to an Aquarius, which is a fixed sign. The mutable signs are the more youthful of a given element. Also, we just had that you deserve love with that Archer. That card is very Sagittarius to me. And again, Mercury, the Virgo ruler, is located in Sagittarius right now. In any case, your overall energy is soulmate. I want to just look at a couple of these for you. You got two here. Well, the masculine got two there. All right, crowning the masculine. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So we saw that with the communication a second ago too. That is guidance toward the masculine, that he should be communicative right now. Also, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. We just sort of work on the partnership as well. And here, where he got the 2. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. And also chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So where he's trying to fight that, by like controlling his feelings and stuff and avoiding this, the romance angels stepping in to let him know that's not really a good idea, the best idea. Crowning you is deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship, and it can be, again, him here trying to pretend that he's not interested when he is. Surrounded by unrequited love is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. This can be connected to imbalance. Again, we have the chemistry right here. So we can't say there's not enough chemistry. It's right here. So what is the problem? I'll pull a couple of clarifiers for you for this. And here in your subconscious is reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Crowning. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Again, that there's some sort of difference between you, whether it's age or whatever else. That can be a factor. People's ideologies and belief systems, old, stale, funky, traditional stuff gets in the way. literally in between you, right? Here he is, here you are. This is like literally in between you. At the roots, heart-to-heart conversations. If we have those, we can fix this. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And at the heart of the matter, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. I will bring the deck back over here, though. You can see I have it upright. Yes, this is your soulmate. So the next upright card is this one. We will use it to hopefully get some clarification as to deception. And your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So again, where we're, you know, trying to fight connection, that you can't really do that. There's still growth. But there's also still codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So there's some sort of toxic situation that is, again, holding you back. And unrequited love, you need to love yourself first. Your unrequited love is toward you. You need to work on your healing of yourself. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I can pull this one too. Flirt, lighthearted energy. This is what you needed to work toward. Lighthearted energy, dropping those bags that we talked about. There's another upright one, but I think that it's clear. I think it's clear. So we'll use that for the masculine's advice instead, and that one for you. From the Universal Love Oracle, further to the masculine blessings. So this is about the abundance. When we make the effort, when we follow the guidance, this is what begins to flow, you know. So that's all we got to do. Again, it's a matter of mindset. For you, Guardian, I'm not surprised. This is, you know, like you're not alone on this path toward healing. There is support. You can call on it. You can ask for it at any time. It doesn't go away. And there's more fire energy here too, which can be representative more so of the universe than him, I would say. And like Jupiter, Mars, like there for support, you know, to help you to take action where you need to, and to fall back and grow and, you know, work on your healing and yourself where you don't. From what I call the hashtag creepy deck to the masculine, open relationship, very much or very likely connected to this. And, you know, there's a need to live and love, you know, freely, again, organically, and to not fight, you know, like as he would want to. And that's what this open is about, like living and loving on one's own terms, as opposed to, like, you know, based on somebody else's feelings or thought or belief systems or with what we were raised. That inner child came up in his spread too. And that can be something also, like I was raised a certain way, and so that's why the connection is failing. But, you know, these are things that we can work through. For you, Triangle, it could just be representative of the two of them and the fact that you have a free will choice to make too. You might be saying, oh, he has a party of three situation, or the other one has a party of three situation. Well, you got one too, you know, with the two of them. And there's some free will choices that need to be made. From the Romance Angels, here's the Sagittarius energy I was talking about again. You deserve love. You are lovable to the masculine. Again, that's where his ruler is stationed, the Virgo, currently. And for you, very soon, first you have to clearly decide what you want. Make that free will choice, and then it can come to you now with the right intention. I hope that you've enjoyed your reading and you find it helpful. Namaste, Angel.